goes. Because I hope all the weddings this year happen, not like last year.
I think they will. I think it'll be fine.
I mean, no one's said anything to me yet, and been like, hey, I'm not going to have it anymore. So I'm hoping, like, the whole year lays out. Because, like, I'm trying to do all the ones I didn't get to do last year with freaking rescheduling everything, man. It's a pain.
Pain in the ass, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. We're ready to get started or what?
Cool. So should I pour up or what?
Start pouring up. I'll start introducing everything.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of For Creatives by Creatives. We're going to do some shots. We have another guest, super interesting and talented guy, Mike Lucido. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Mike Lucido.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, bro.
So thank you for coming on, bro. We're going to do some shots.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't know if you're nervous or not.
No, I'm cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
but you
straight.
still want a shot.
Yeah.
He was like, hell yeah.
I don't drink a lot either, bro. It's crazy. I stopped drinking a lot.
That's kind of how we are, too.
Yeah.
Like, I think now, this is the only alcohol I consume every week.
Dude,
Yeah, same, honestly.
Really? Yeah,
And
I don't enjoy a beer. I don't enjoy, like,
Yeah,
I don't
me neither.
crave, like, beer like people do, like my
Every
friends.
now and
or,
then I
like,
do, but...
maybe if it's, like, a hot day on the beach, I'll have a beer. But
Yeah.
besides that, I'm like, I want a fucking Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Like a
Right.
Pepsi or a
I like
Coke.
sugar,
All
water.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
cheers, man.
cheers.
Thank you for
Cheers,
coming on.
guys. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Doesn't get any easier, huh?
It's good.
Oh, Jesus.
It helps smoothen out your throat, so that's
Yeah.
always nice.
And I don't even get nervous anymore. It's just like,
Nah, it's
I
just
just
like
do it
whatever.
because, but it's
What
fun.
is this, episode 11?
Episode 11, dude.
Congrats. Whoa.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
11.
We're
Was
on
Chef
fire.
the first one?
Yeah.
I feel like
first
that just happened.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that was,
I swear, yeah.
what was
I
that,
feel
2
the same
months
way.
ago? 2.5 months ago?
3 months ago, something
Because
like
we've
that.
only really been doing it for maybe almost 3 months, like around there.
Good. That's awesome.
But,
yeah,
11
Chef
for
was
3
the
months
first
is
one.
great.
It's
Yeah.
funny because if I remember correctly, we talked about him coming
Yeah.
on,
Very
told me.
early
and
on.
it didn't happen until the 11th one.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You're
That's
here.
fine.
I think we
That's
mentioned it
crazy.
during Chef's episode. I think
Yeah.
we gave him a shout out. And we're like, we gotta have Mike.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, you
Okay.
know who Mike Lucido is? I was like,
Yeah, he brought you up.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah. I
We were
listened to
talking
it.
about like the daylight shooting and stuff, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you guys know Mike?" I'm like, "Yeah, we know Mike. What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Dude, Chef's fucking cool, man. I met him briefly at this it was like a BNI meeting thing, and I'm like, dude, I've heard that name before, like hella fucking from you and from other photographers. And then he introduced himself in that meeting. I was like, this is Chef. Okay,
Yeah.
there's the face. I've never known what this
Right.
man has looked like.
Yeah,
Caught him in the parking lot. And I was like, you shoot some good shit, man.
yeah,
He's-
no,
he's
yeah.
good. His
And
colors
he's
are
dope
sick.
too, you know?
Yeah,
So
and that's
cool
the
guy
other
all
thing.
around.
He's a cool
Yeah,
dude.
He's super chill, like in person and everything. So
Yeah. But he was saying, oh, Mike Lucido, he does all this crazy stuff with Flash.
yeah,
And he does all these things.
yeah.
But I feel like the people might want to know, okay, so who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, so my name is Mike Lucido, and I've been an artist in Reno. I'm 32 right now. I've been an artist in Reno since I was like 18, 19 is when I started
Oh,
painting,
dang.
and that's how I kind of built my reputation
Uh-huh.
throughout Reno is having art shows, painting murals, and like painting was life, bro. Like I'm going to paint till I fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
And it did really well too. Like I started doing shows in Reno. I started hosting shows in Reno, and then I had shows in LA. And that was kind of my goal. I had this gallery in Los Angeles called Gallery 1988. And I was like, I fucking just want to get in that gallery. Like, I'll paint my ass off, dude.
So
I
you're
just want
really
to get in that
passionate
gallery.
about it, huh?
Yeah, because like all my idols would have shows. They mainly do group shows. They do cool group shows. They do themed shows, like officially licensed shows. So they would have like a Jaws show, and it would be officially licensed, and you could paint there, and sometimes people would show up, and hell of celebrities, and so they were really sick. And the guy actually who owns the gallery has a podcast too. I was obsessed with it. So anyways, I would like, my goal was that, and I was like, okay, maybe by the time I'm 25, I'll be good enough, and like I just kept painting. And I don't think it ended up happening until I was like 26, but I got into it just by meeting. Dude, it's crazy how shit works out. Meet certain people, and then I was friends with this girl on Instagram who also painted. You comment back and forth like, that's sick, cool, and you just build relationships. I'm sure we all have friends on Instagram we've never really met.
Yeah.
And she was like in the show in the gallery 1988, and I was like, how did you do that? She's like, oh, he's my friend, like I can just ask him. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm over here painting my ass off.
just to try to
Big
get
connections,
in there.
man.
Yeah,
Big connections,
sure
bro.
enough, they're like, yeah,
Connections.
send us your work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, you fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
The first show was a Rick and Morty show. The first one was a Bob's Burgers show. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm obsessed with Bob's
Yeah.
Burgers. I'm like, and it's officially licensed. So that was awesome. And then I did a Rick and Morty show that was officially licensed, and my paintings were selling, so that was super cool. I did like 3 or 4 shows there, and I was like, I don't know what to do now. Like, that was my goal. Like I feel like I hit the end. Yeah. Like, because I put that gallery on a pedestal. I was like, fuck, I guess I'll keep painting a couple murals here and there. And then, like, I kind of lost interest. And I was like, dude, I've been taking pictures for a minute. I've always had a camera because I had to take pictures of my paintings to make prints. Yeah. And that's still, like, the hardest thing to take pictures of because you want to, because color correcting it and making it look like the painting. Exactly. Not having it be warped, and like I had to learn a lot, having good lights. So I'm like, I bought a good camera, like, and I started. I was telling him earlier, I'd take it with me, and I'm gonna shoot my nephews. I'll shoot my family. I'll just take it on this trip. Like I traveled around for a little bit. I went to England. I took it with me to England. I'm taking some pictures. I'm like, dude, this is tight. Like I like this. Like I'm taking some cool pics. I think the only thing I was editing in was Bridge. Adobe Bridge.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I haven't even heard of it.
It's like dude, it's like a Photoshop extension. It comes with Photoshop. It exists. Whenever you input a raw photo into Photoshop, it'll bring up Bridge and you can do some adjustments. Oh, okay. And I thought that was like editing photos. Yeah. And it's like minimal, like exposure, highlights, shadows. They're not much more than that. Yeah. And I was like, this is cool. So then, like, when I got really into it, I was like, dude, I wanna like, I think I'm kind of over painting. I'm gonna get into this photo video stuff. So I had an art show. I was kind of telling him I had an art show, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna raise as much money as I can to buy this A7R2. I was like $3,200. I was like, fuck, maybe get me close. Like, I don't know. I think the most I've made at an art show was like $800 maybe, selling hella paintings. And I made $3,200. I was like, "This is a sign. I'm buying that fucking camera."
It's because the things you do at the beginning, just to like buy that camera, or just to like buy that lens, you know. Yeah. And then you look back, you're like, "Oh man," it just, I don't know, it gets me nostalgic in a way, you know. Yeah. Just like thinking and being like, "Man, I used to dream for that camera, and I have 2 of them, and I have 3 of them, you know." So
it's tight.
Yeah. Which art show was that one? Because I think I remember.
It was. I think it's the one where you bought the print from. I think I had it in that show, or maybe that's why I made the prints, and then I was just posting the print. Yeah. But it was a show at Lasting Dose, and it was randomly themed. It was kind of themed around the raccoons that I paint, but then I ran out of raccoon ideas, so I just started painting random shit and making prints because I was like, I need to get the $3,200. Yeah. So like I think I did like maybe just under like 20 paintings, but I had hella prints, and I was like, okay.
And when was this?
I think this was like roughly 2017. Around the end of 2016. I have the flyer still, the dates on it. I should look at it. But yeah, that was like, I'm like, okay, cool, here we go. I'm gonna do this. I remember talking to some homies, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna jump into photo video. Like, there's a market, and like, and I saw it from a point of view of nobody's doing anything for businesses. Like, I've got hella photographer friends, and it's weddings. And they're either doing weddings, they're really doing weddings, or they're doing like the couple shoots. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, like I want to try to fucking, I look at magazines. Who's taking these pictures?
So you
want to take these fucking pictures? Yeah.
You just saw this little gap, and then you just like, oh, I want to focus on that.
And then I didn't really know anybody in Reno who's doing commercial photography. So then, meanwhile, while I was doing this, while I was painting, I was researching a ton on cameras and commercial photography, and I was like, okay, dude, like I can bring that to Reno. And sure enough, there are guys who do it here. But they're older, and there's only a couple of them who are really good and well known. Like literally like 2.
Yeah, I don't really know much for that market, honestly. Yeah, like until you started really taking it all in, like I was like, I don't really know who's doing that kind of like photo video stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So. And video was something like I've been making videos for a long time. It was something like we would do for fun, and then I had the first camera I bought was a T2i, and then. Before I was going out taking pictures, we were making videos. We were making funny videos.
Yeah, like just to mess around.
Yeah, because we used to make videos on the little Zoom recorders when I was a kid. Oh. When I was like, we used to make skate videos when I was like 10. And then we'd make funny videos, and I'm like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Yeah. And then I started making random videos, like hella random videos that I got paid for. And I'm like, I know how to film. Like, yeah. And like, I think the first one I did was like in 2010. And it was like this. I filmed like this party thing for like this person who wasn't at the party. So they had a party and then they showed him they had a party and they sent it to him.
Oh, what the heck?
It was really fucking. It was weird. It was. I made a lot of friends at it. I actually made a ton of friends at this like weird thing that we did.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, I understand video, but I didn't want this to transition into video. I just know video and I like doing it, and I want it to be just photo as much as like as many videos as I've made. But it just comes with the fucking territory.
Yeah.
And then it's like it pays really well and it just goes. We figured out how to make it go hand in hand for businesses. Like
and we were talking before we started. There's like this demand for video.
Yeah.
Everybody wants video now, and so it just kind of takes you there. You
It's
know, but you're good
like
at it.
I think it's like a way more like open market than photo at the moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's always been here in Reno. Like there's only so many people really doing high end like video stuff. And then like to me when I think of commercial stuff, like you come in mind. Cool. And I honestly don't really know anybody else.
Yeah, I didn't really either until I got into it. And I used to work at Aaron Brothers. I used to frame pictures, and get hella free frames for my paintings.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah,
and that was awesome. But I met this guy through there. His name's Chris Holloman. He's a badass photographer in Reno. He would bring in these prints, and I'd be like, "Whoa, you took this picture?" And it'd be like a zoomed, like a macro shot of a black widow. And I'm like, and I didn't know a lot about photography at that time, so I'm like, "This is fucking crazy!" Whoa.
Yeah.
But sure enough, he's still doing it. And Chris Holloman, he shoots a lot for he does like mainly commercial stuff, but he shoots a lot for Edible Eats, and a lot of mainly bottles. Like any liqueur bottles.
I think I've seen his stuff then. Yeah,
he's good. Yeah. In food, bottles and food. He's good at everything, to be honest. But his like when you need a bottle shot, like a liqueur bottle, you fucking go to him. He's gonna do it right.
And what do you think is your thing? Like the one thing you like to do the most?
I don't know yet. I've thought about that. I'm like people ask me that a lot. Like, what if you could shoot one thing? What would you shoot? Like all the time, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know what my thing is because I don't want to have a thing because I like my favorite thing about photography is it'll take you fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you just do whatever.
Like, one day I was shooting, I didn't want to be there. We got hired, but I was in a vein office and they were doing like vein surgery. And I'm like fucking in a scrub and like a fucking hairnet and my mask and I had my camera. I'm like, oh my god, cut and they like shoved this thing up this lady's leg and I was like, holy shit. And then like the very next day I was shooting like mountain biking or something and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
It's
like,
just so different.
Yeah, and if you can be a sponge enough, you can like I learned a lot at that vein office, like why they do certain things and why that's done. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that before. And you start to learn like little pieces of information from different jobs, and you just be a sponge and you'll have a bunch of random information.
Yeah, like if someone ever like brings up a conversation about
like
vein surgery, you're like, oh yeah, I know you gotta go like this.
Seen that shit.
Yeah, this is how you do it.
I was in there.
Yeah, like I don't got no license, but like trust me, bro, I think I can fix you up if you really need it.
I shot for this guy. He was the host of Ink Master for a while, and I just like got like really deep into the tattoo world. And, like, I know a shit ton about tattoos and, like, tattoo equipment. I was helping him sell his tattoo equipment. And
is it like, Tony?
His name's... Tony's one of my friends, and he was on Ink Master.
Yeah.
But Tony introduced me to Clean. Clean is... His name's Clean Rock One. He's, like, a really well-known tattoo artist. So he was the host. He was on it for a while, then he was the host. And then so he lives in Vegas, so I was going down to Vegas once a month, and we were making just content.
Oh, wow.
And
actually, I think I remember you doing like a ton of tattoo stuff.
Yeah.
Like a while back.
Yeah, I was filming at his tattoo shops, and we worked out a cool deal to where I'd come down, stay with him, film 3 different tattoo shops, film his products. We'd make random funny content. We figured out a funny-ass way. If you have a celebrity friend, with a big following, take a random product that you like. He liked these sunglasses, and we're like, let's do a shoot. Like, let's pretend like you're sponsored right now. So we did this. Like, and he's got badass hot rods. So we took a hot rod to a junkyard, hella fast. Like, just pulled up, and people were like, "What the fuck?" Like at the junkyard, like we're working.
Yeah.
Like he got out, he's like posing. I'm like, fucking. We got some sick pictures, posted them, tagged the sunglasses for this company, and they were like, yo. What? Like Clean's out famous.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you guys some sunglasses.
Oh, what?
Oh,
we did that with another brand too, and I'm like, this is a great way to get
free stuff
and get recognition from the company.
Other companies,
I
It
guess
was really
that's a
funny.
good way to go about it. You know, if you wanna shoot
Yeah.
for Nike, maybe
Just
shoot
do
a
it.
video. Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot a video yourself. You know, don't wait for them to hit you up.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do it, and then have them go like, "Whoa, that was fucking cool,"
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and then something might come of it. Something
Yeah,
might not,
definitely.
but it's worth a shot. And you're gonna have fun anyways.
Yeah. Now, is it just you, or do you have a team? Do you have some friends? that you
Yeah,
shoot
so
with?
it was me for a while, and then so I was always working full time. I worked at the sheriff's office for a long time,
Okay.
doing their content. And then I got so busy on the side. I'm like, dude, I need to take this serious. And there's a weird transition there. I ended up working for this boxing company, and I went and shot a bunch of boxing pro fights.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like a startup, ran out of money, which is I kind of figured was going to happen. So what I ended up doing is I was just prepared for it. I'm like, well, leaving my full-time job into this will be a nice transition from when I'm ready to go full-time into my shit. So it worked out great. And sure enough, you know, I'd have shoots of my best friend, childhood best friend. His name's Fidel. He was always coming with me on shoots, and he's learning. He's like, dude, I want to learn this shit too. So he got a camera, and he's picking it up. I'm teaching him how to edit videos and take pictures, and he's got it down, you know, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it was perfect when I was like, yo, you know, I'm busy now. Like, I'm full-time now. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to fucking quit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't do this, dude. This is hard.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And so and he had a great job at the county too. We were both making retirement PERS,
Mm-hmm.
like cush jobs, insurance. So he's like, yeah, I'm over this. I'm fucking quitting too. He was there for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then so we're like, all right, 88 Studios is a thing. So that's what the name of our business, 88 Studios.
88.
88, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep, the word 80 and then the number 8,
Okay.
because we like to make things complicated. It's like
Yeah.
the fucking word.
Doesn't have a meaning behind
I
it or
fucking
nothing?
hate that I named it that, because I'm like, I like the name 88. There's a funny story with 88. It was the year I was born, but I really liked it because I'm obsessed with Back to the Future and
Oh.
88 miles an hour.
88 miles per hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I was gonna say I'm like Back to the Future
Yeah.
88. Yeah.
And then I'm working at the sheriff's office, and they're like, "What's your company called, Mike?" I'm like, 88 Studios, and they're like, "Do you know what that means?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Back to the Future. The year I was born." And they're like, "No, 88's like this super racist fucking white supremacy
Oh,
thing."
no way.
Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus Christ,
88's
dude.
or 8 is the letter H, and 88's HH, Heil Hitler, and I
Dude,
was
change
like,
oh
that
my
shit before some
God.
before some lawsuits start coming,
Yeah,
dude.
for real. I was like, "For real?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, that's pretty bad." And I was like, "Well, I'm Hispanic. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah. You're like, it's big enough already. I can't let it drop.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm
That's
not white, so
wild.
if I was white, maybe I'd
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
consider
you
my
got
name.
it all totally from like a movie / birthday, and then they're like, actually, it is racist.
Super racist.
That's crazy.
That's funny,
Yeah,
man.
so they're
Yeah.
like known as 88s or whatever. But anyways, that's like, I don't care. I'm fucking taking it back.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so then Fidel quit his job, and then we spent the year working from home. We officially started it in January, right before COVID. So Fidel quit his job in January or
Mhm.
February. And we're like, all right. And then fucking
Jesus.
COVID, and we're like,
Mm.
holy fuck. Like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
And
The
then
worst
how was
timing.
it?
Yeah, and we were freaking. We're like, all right, what are we gonna do? All right, well, let's have photographers doing fucking portraits. Like, let's start thinking about how we can do something like that. And then, dude, we just got calls for videos. City of Reno, Reno Police Department, Washoe County Health District. We ended up doing this like big Washoe County Health District COVID documentary. Like, right in the beginning.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, it came out sick. Like, I'm so excited to share how this is coming out. And we finished it, and then the vaccine came out, and we're like, well, this would be a good ending. So now we're still working on it.
Mm.
So we got another a budget to continue the project, and that like saved us.
So they are still in the works, pretty much.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. The finished product was there, and then and it came out sick. I got a good buddy down in LA who edits. He actually just moved back here. His name's Steve Dixon. He taught me how to edit video a long time ago. And so when we would get too busy with projects, because it's only me and Fidel, and we're working with hella businesses, we will send Steve a project and have him edit it, and it's insanely helpful. And we're like, Steve might really slay this documentary. And right now we've got like B-roll of people getting tested and like interviews with the epidemiologist and the head of the health district. And we send it to Steve, and Steve worked on some crazy projects down there. And he edits this piece into like something that I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
We made this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
Damn.
And that's still not out.
Yeah, it's not out, and they have no intention of like releasing it, like how they're gonna release it.
Mm-hmm.
They really just made it for kind of a historic thing to archive for how they handled the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's this thing. It could have been that. I could have just
Yeah, I mean,
record-
it
I
just
could've
kept
just had
going on.
the interviews saved on a disc and been like, here are the interviews for when you want to watch, you know. But we made it into something really cool, so we're gonna figure out how we're gonna distribute it. Be like, dude, check out
Mhm.
this thing we made,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like show how they handled it because it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a really big project too.
Yeah.
Like, was that kind of all throughout last year? Like just in
Yeah,
the
it was.
span of
Yeah,
last year?
it was throughout the last year, and then every with messaging being so important during COVID, everybody wants to do video. Everyone wants
Yeah.
video messages, and then
Yeah.
so it kept us like afloat, and it was, we kind of started 88 Studios like I want to say like 2 years ago, like unofficially. Then we got a business license in January, and we're like official. And then, but it's been this has been our most successful year to where we just got an office on Halloween, and it's been going really good. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome, man.
So I went from like being worried for your life to
Yeah.
everything just fell in place.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy
really
how that
cool.
happened, and it happened to a lot of people too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like,
Just like you were
I've
saying the other
talked
day.
to a lot of people who were kind of on the same boat. You know what I mean? I think like us included, we were like, dude, what's gonna happen this year as like self-employed?
Dude,
Like a creative. Like
terrifying.
it's a rough market in a pandemic. But
Yeah.
then, I don't know. It just seems like either people, gave up before they even started, and they're like, I'm not even gonna bother. Or some people found like something in the pandemic that was their thing. Like I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people start up stuff
Yep.
or get into things that are working out for them now, whether it's like photo, video, or whatever it is they're doing. And then there were the other ones that were already established, but they were like, I just don't know. But it happened to be like a really good year, So I mean, I feel like 2020 had its shitty moments, but
it almost put
was
people in
good.
a position to where they didn't have a choice too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know that's where we were coming from for sure, because I'm like, I'm not going back to a fucking full time
Yeah,
job.
same.
I don't want to do
Same.
that. I made the leap that took me, 6 years to
Years.
Yeah.
finally do. I ain't gonna jump back in like,
I feel you.
oh I gotta make it work.
Yeah,
But it was, we learned a lot, so it was cool.
it's
That's
a cool
awesome.
growing year, right? You
Yeah.
kind of learn and then move on.
So
I
you
was
guys. Oh, sorry.
No, go
ahead.
for it. No, I was looking at your stuff, and then we weren't even talking about it before we started. The posts you make, dude, they're so funny. They're so
Yeah.
freaking funny, man. This is freaking hilarious, and then it has that touch of like it's professional, It was
Yeah.
well made, and so is that planned? Like,
It's not really planned, and it wasn't really planned, but I went into it. I hate social media. Like I hate the fakeness behind it. I hate like this perfect world behind it. So, and I was telling him I've got some really funny ideas for the rest of this year, because now I'm like, all right, I gotta keep this going.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take funny pictures, and I don't want to be fake about it. Like
Yeah, for sure.
and like it's just one of those things, and I feel like it's one of those things too where when you're a photographer who has an Instagram, like it's even more of this, like it can be more of this like fake persona, cool guy kind of thing. And I'm way more about humor than being cool.
Yeah.
So I just want to be funny, and and I got to a point too where I like clean images. So if I'm gonna upload anything, I want it to be a clean image. But what am I gonna do if I don't like being the cool guy? I want to just be funny.
Yeah. And
So like a lot of it's like Fidel and I on a shoot. And I'm like, yo, take a picture of me really quick. I'm gonna do something stupid.
yeah.
Post something
They have that humor, man.
Stupid.
And I was
Yeah.
telling him, I feel like it helps, Like sometimes I like to, just be myself, and then I
Yeah.
come off super goofy,
Yeah.
like super goofy. But I'm like, like people like to see that. People like to
Dude,
see
yeah.
the real.
There isn't enough of people being funny. I feel like it's too much of people being, look at me at like my best moment, like I'm perfect kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like that, but there's like a little bit of that mixed into a lot of shit. And I think just be funny, because like on social media, in person, you're way more relatable and funny when you're just being yourself. And we should just be ourselves on
I
social
feel like
media.
a lot of people are starting to realize that, like between us,
Yeah.
we have this thing going back and forth that he bullies me, and then I talk shit about him, and
we
then
like subtweet each other.
yeah. Every time I see people like in person, they're like, "Oh, like can you do this, or do we call Nando instead?" And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, "Oh, we've been seeing the Twitter stuff,
Dude,
like,
yeah.
you're funny,
And,
bro.
and that's just funny, man. You
I
just want to
love-
have a good time with like
Yeah.
social media. You don't want
Yeah.
to make it miserable.
I feel like
Yes.
I've always like when I first got really serious into it too. I used to see that no one took their Instagram like on a personal level. Like all their stories were like, oh, here's like photo,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, oh, my business this, my business that, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but it's like I want to kind of see what you're about, like as a
Yeah.
person. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know if this happened to you, but like maybe if a client reached out to you, and when they meet you, they're kind of like, oh, I saw how you kind of were through your stories or whatever, and like your vibe just kind of was like, oh, this seems like a chill dude, instead of like someone who just is so damn serious all the time about the
Yeah,
business.
I legit think so I mainly just post stories and like I'm entirely myself in a story.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'll
definitely.
say whatever the fuck I want to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of that from Clean, actually, that tattoo artist.
Mhm.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I like spent a lot of time with him. I'm like, I fucking love this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, who gives a shit? Fuck
Yeah.
it. Post whatever. Say something stupid.
Exactly. It's like it's your personal space too. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
your
mean?
personal
Like,
space. Like if you
so
want,
you can just do
yeah.
whatever you want to do, and if people want to keep following you for it and like your stuff for who you are, then cool. If not, then it's like it's a simple unfollow, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's not that serious, you know.
So I definitely try to like, I post a lot of stories and I keep it myself and I keep it who I am, and it's legit how I get business. I get, I have a lot of interaction with people on my stories, and people think I'm funny when I'm being an idiot a lot of times. But it helps a lot. I've gotten a lot of jobs through stories.
Yeah.
Want to hear a crazy job I got through a story? This is like one of the best fucking
Yeah, let's
stories.
I feel like he's got like a lot of stories.
I got a
Yeah.
crazy fucking
He's
story.
got,
Story. So I did a shoot for American Airlines, a
Mhm.
video shoot,
Oh damn.
which
Yeah, that's huge.
yeah, listen how I got it. So I was doing that boxing stuff, and we are traveling to Philly, and I fucking hate United Airlines. Like
Really?
I've been fucked so many times by United Airlines, and my buddy who booked the tickets, the guy I was working for, we go to get on the plane. And he's like, yeah, here we go. I'm like, United, bro? Like, no. Like, you fucked up right now. You already fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, I've been fucked so many times.
Yeah, I
So
see it coming. I see it coming.
We're
Man.
on the plane, and sure as shit, we're fucking 2 hours sitting on the track, like, waiting to take off. And I'm like,
Ah.
what is going on? Like, why is this always happening? So I took
Oh
a
my
snap, and
God.
I was like something like, here we are sitting fucking 2 hours. Fuck United.
Yeah.
And then I put, like, and I tagged United. I said, "Fuck you, United." And then I said, if you're reading this, go fuck yourself.
You just went full on.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
out
was
on
like, I
them.
hate United. And this girl, her name is Tori. And I didn't know she was following me. She commented on the story and said, "That's why you should make videos for us at American Airlines." And I was like, "Who is this?"
You're like, what?
I was like, "Oh, excuse my language." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I work for United Airlines. I think at the time she was something, I forget what position she had in their marketing department, pretty high up. And she's like, yeah, I'm from Reno. I'm friends with so and so, and I'm following you because I'm friends with so and so, and I've been following you for a while, and I've been meaning to ask you, because we make a lot of videos. And I was like, no shit. I was like,
crazy.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm down. She goes, well, we'll start you off with a small one, and it was like. She's like, I'll call you like in a couple days. So I was like, holy shit. Like, I think I just got an American Airlines gig.
Yeah, that's huge. Dude.
Yeah. So, and sure enough, we talked on the phone. She's like, here's the idea. We got these, it was Gay Pride Month was coming up, and they made these airline bag tags that were each color of the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
And they wanted a cool way to show those off, and then like a 30-second video. I was like, I got an idea. Like, we could have them on the backpacks, and they can transition, and then it's just, boom, American Airlines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I got like 5 friends. I got the tags. I got like 5 different backpacks, and I just filmed them in different parts of Reno, and it looked like different cities. So I was
Oh,
like
that's
downtown,
cool.
then I was
Oh,
like deep in the woods, and then I was in the desert, and they all like kind of went in front of the camera and did a wipe, like a transition wipe, and it was hella fast and easy. And there was a little bit back and forth on like simple things like, oh, let's move that color tag before this color tag, and
Mhm.
then it was done. And it took a long time to get paid.
Mm.
Working with American Airlines it took like 3 months.
Oof.
Oh no way.
It was gnarly,
Yikes.
but I got paid a lot,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, that was sick. And then me and Tori became really good friends from that. The
Mhm.
girl who offered me the job, and she ended up doing her own thing. She left American Airlines. She was there for hell long,
Mhm.
and then she was like, I hate to break it to you, like, but I'm leaving. This is like my last job here, and it could have moved. It could have went to other things, but we've been good friends. And I ran into her once at a shoot at an airport, which was super crazy.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
But that just goes to show, like, you never know who's watching your stories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't even know what the lesson is from that. I was like being a total idiot.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like, fuck United Airlines. And
Yeah.
I don't know how you should act on social media, but
Yeah.
maybe just like post a lot.
I mean, there's not a real lesson, I don't think.
I don't know what the
but
lesson
like,
is.
just
I
be
just-
yourself, I
yeah,
guess.
I just
Be
feel like
yourself.
people-
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the lesson.
I
It's
feel like with how big social media has gotten, people appreciate people who like are not afraid to be themselves.
Yeah,
You know,
think
especially
so.
people who are supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'll go be professional when I'm working.
yeah,
But outside of that, like, this
Yeah.
is who I am.
time and
And,
place.
like, I'm sorry if you don't like it. You know what I mean?
Like if your
But-
product can make you look professional, then
Yeah.
there you go. You're good.
If
Yeah,
anything, this is gonna sound kind of rude, but like if I see someone and I can just see their face and how fake they're being, you know, I'm like, next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
We
like,
can read that shit now.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can
you
just
can.
see it.
We've all been like.
It's like a type, you know? I
Yeah.
just see it and they're all the same.
Like, I
It's
think
like-
we're at that point in social media where we can read fakeness.
Yep.
Mhm.
Everybody can. So don't do that. Be
Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah,
just
be yourself, man.
Exactly. That's
There's
like
no
the
way-
number one lesson if you're gonna get into some sort of business that involves social media. I think is like, don't think that just because you're being goofy on your stories, people are like, I don't want to like
Mhm.
shoot with this person. If
Mhm.
anything, they're like, oh, they seem cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
Thankfully-
that's what it would go.
Fidel, my partner, he is funny as hell. He's hella funny.
Yeah.
I remember taking him to like art shows and shit where my idols are.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, they're so and so. Like, fuck. Let's just play it cool, bro. And he'll be like, fuck that. Goes up to the person, just starts saying, I'm like, oh my god. And then later we're having drinks, you know, taking shots with the guy I was just idolizing because
Yeah.
Fidel's the best icebreaker in the world. And
Yeah.
he doesn't give a fuck.
Like he'll just go say
Fidel
whatever.
gives no fucks.
That's
And-
tight.
yeah, so like, and it's been really cool when we go on shoots and Fidel's there and they're just like, dude, you guys are fucking funny. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
man.
Yeah.
And they want to work with you because they had a good time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So the next
exactly.
time they have to do a shoot, be like, oh, I was laughing last time I was with those guys. Let's hire those guys because
Yeah,
I'm living. I have to work my normal job, but when we do a shoot, these guys make me laugh. So it's really good to be funny and like, you know, make people enjoy your company.
yeah.
Exactly.
It relates to everything, even with like family portraits. You don't want to be
Yeah, bro.
all professional.
Yeah,
you still want
no.
to be goofy, you know?
Even like at weddings, I feel like I've let my side out a bit more than I should have.
Dude, I
But
dance
nobody
at weddings.
says anything.
No.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
same.
dance in weddings. Like,
Yeah,
I
same.
just like,
Yeah.
I end up dancing with like
Yeah.
the couple and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, just being a
Yeah, I'm like,
goofy
cool.
ass.
And then some of the guests might look at you like, what the hell? But then
Yeah.
as long as the people who hired you are cool, then who cares, you know?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
just don't start dancing out of nowhere, right? Just get comfortable first.
Yeah,
with,
yeah. It's like don't
with your
just
couple.
pull up and all of a sudden be like, what the f- is up,
Yeah.
y'all? Like, nah. Let their personality come out a little bit
It's-
first and then see if they're about it.
I think you should go into anything as looking at the person who hired you or who you're working with as make that person your friend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
Yeah.
because you know, I try to make friends with everybody. If you go into with that attitude, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you can be professional and it can be everything's good, like the work is great, you know, it was a good like a good time, but then the experience also counts, I think. you know?
yeah,
If
absolutely.
they have a good experience,
Yes.
you know, this other person might be more professional, they might have even better pictures,
Yeah.
but then this other person has like a great experience, you know, we have
Yeah.
a lot of fun with them, so you just want to like, you know,
Yeah.
have everything in mind when you're talking on to.
Totally agree. I've
Yeah.
seen both sides of that. It's like at weddings, we'll get hired as video, we'll get hired as photo, and there'll be another, like if we're video, there's a photographer.
Yeah.
And I've seen like every type of photographer, and more than most cases, it's the type that's just like, dude, do you smile? Like, do you have a good time?
Yeah, it's like, are you
I know you're
enjoying
working,
yourself?
but like, this is pretty fun fucking job.
Yeah,
Right,
it
you-
is.
Yeah,
That's
you see
facts.
them and they're all stressed out, looking at
Yeah,
the
it's just
settings, and
like-
I'm like,
They're
man,
just like
loosen
so
up a
worried
little
about
bit.
everything. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
calm down. Like you're supposed to be enjoying what you're doing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that goes into the fact that some people might be in that position just because they wanted to make money
Yeah.
and they're not necessarily enjoying what they're doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
But I
it.
feel like if if you're getting paid well, that's dope because you're doing what you want to do
Yep.
and you're making a really good living off what you want to do. But what comes first is like, am I enjoying myself with what I'm doing? Like
Yep.
not just, well, I'm making good money, but like it ain't really my thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I've seen that at weddings too, where like I'll talk to videographers and they're kind of like, yeah, I just kind of picked this up because it's good money. And I'm like, no wonder you look miserable as hell here. It's
Yep.
like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, dude.
I've worked a lot of jobs before I did this, and like it was retail. I worked for the school district doing building inspections. I fucking mowed grass. Like I've done I've had so many jobs, so like I know that this is a great job.
Yeah.
Because of the shitty jobs I've had.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how some photographers
No,
are
even
smiling more.
Yeah, no, even,
Smile a little more, guys.
no, it sounds great and everything, but I'm sure it comes with a lot of stress too. No, how is it working with like companies, like big companies like that? You know,
Yeah.
American
Yeah,
Airlines.
yeah, and lately we've been working with a lot of other big companies. We've been working really closely with Fuji Mountain Bikes. Some other companies are like the fire
it gone?
department.
What?
Is it going or is that not supposed to not be moving?
No, it's going. It's just like yeah.
I just want. Sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry. It's because last
Yeah.
time it wasn't moving, bro,
No,
and it wasn't recording. So I was like,
Yeah,
what?
If you don't see the red bar,
I'm sorry. I saw it right now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, don't tell me we've missed
No,
everything we
no.
just talked about for the past
No, you
like
got
30
this-
minutes.
Hey, it's been 11 episodes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
All right.
I'm getting the hang of it, dude.
I'm
Jesus
just
Christ.
my bad. I always see the bar
No,
moving.
Thank
So.
you for looking out though, 'cause
All right,
that's
all
one
right.
thing I would miss.
anyways.
The one thing with working with big companies, this is something I learned when I was working for the school district, is I'm working at the school district, I'm doing building inspections, did that for like 5 years, and I would have to go work with these contractors, these construction workers, and I did asbestos inspections and like lead inspections. It was this fucking horrible job that I hated. But I had to be like the big dick and go yell at people, and I'm young as hell, and like I'm yelling at people older than me. And then I'd have to meet people in really high positions, like the head of the capital projects, and this person, like, oh damn, like you're in charge of that, like whoa. And then I realized like, what you're in charge of this, like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And like or you're a normal person, like I can totally relate to you. We think of these businesses and like, oh, they must be like so crazy.
There's
like,
people.
dude, there's a normal person behind there. Like you could have been living in Philadelphia and applied for Fuji Mountain Bikes, and you're in charge of marketing.
Yeah.
And you're a normal person, relatable. So what's been really cool about that, working with big businesses, is when you realize the person on the other end is a completely normal person. You're like, oh, cool. So it's like, it took a lot of the stress away that I kind of built up in my head, or how most people would about, like American Airlines. Oh, shit. Like, Tori's the coolest fucking girl ever, and then working with her is awesome. So there's normal people behind these businesses, and that takes a lot of the stress away. I think the most stress that comes with that is like you want your product to look as good as it can be, but if they're asking you, they probably already like your product.
Yeah.
So do the best you can naturally, but relax. Like they're already here because they like your
That's
stuff.
actually I really like that. I've actually never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Like where you're like, you may be stressing of like, oh, maybe this, I'm sure you've been there and you think where you're like editing something, you're like, I'm not feeling it so much.
Bro.
But then you send it to them and they're like super stoked and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
we were shooting mountain
Makes a lot of
bikes. We were
sense.
doing mountain bike shoots, and I'm not a fucking mountain bike photographer.
Yeah.
There's guys who are like really well known to do, like they could have called anybody. I'm like, fuck, they're asking me, like, I hope I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And it's actually cool not being in a certain field, because you have a completely different eye, not even by choice.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know what other mountain bike photographers are shooting because I don't follow them. I don't like follow that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like I know what skateboard photos look like because I follow that shit. But it's crazy. I've been shooting a lot of bike stuff lately, and I don't follow bikes. I don't ride bikes. I don't not like bikes. I just don't have an interest in bikes.
Yeah.
Like I like to snowboard and skateboard, and that's what I know what shit looks like. So when they're asking me to, I'm doing all this stuff, and I don't really know what the look or the vibe is or how it's normally done, that's okay. That's even better, because you don't even know. You're not gonna copy some shit that everybody's been doing, because you don't even realize what they're doing. So
Just
you go
going
into
in
it,
from
you go
the
into
outside.
it naked, and you're like, well, I think this looks cool. This is a cool photo, and sure enough, like it is. You apply what you know to something, and by not being involved in that lifestyle, you can come out with some cool stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely gives you like your own perspective too.
Yeah.
Which is cool because like you said, when people have a lot of experience in one field, they're kind of like stuck with that.
Yeah.
And they're like, I have to do this. Or like you said, how you don't follow many people who do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're not getting reference photos.
Yes.
So you think of like completely different, like original concepts.
Yes.
Which I think is what people want anyways, when they hire you. So.
Yep. I used to, when I first would get hired for gigs, I do a lot of research on the topic. Like, how are they? And I'm like, you know what, dude, fuck that. Like,
it's free ball.
I know how to take a good picture.
Yeah.
So let me just go figure out what I think is a cool picture. And then sure enough, they're like, yo, this is like, we haven't seen something like this.
Yeah.
They're like, cool.
Yeah. I feel like that's one thing that I personally like about your stuff a lot, is that it stands out. Because it's like a very creative, fun, like non-traditional thing. Even when you were doing stuff like with the sheriff's office, I remember you like post stuff with them just like being goofy and everything,
Yeah.
and like on your stories, I'm like, bro, these are policemen. Like,
Yeah,
like that's
dude,
cool,
I'd have a lot of
it's just
fun. And
to
that
see
just
that.
goes with having fun too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Like put yourself in a fun situation and just start taking pictures.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we took some crazy pictures there, and that got to a cool point too where they were just like, yeah, do your thing, Mike. Like whatever you want to go shoot today, like just keep making us look cool. That's the whole premise
Yeah.
of the job is like
Yeah,
show people that we're active and make us look cool.
yeah,
It's fun when people trust you like that. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people come up to me and they're like, I want to do something different. But then it's like, oh, this is why I have my consistency. I try to keep everything
Yeah.
consistent because that's what I do, you know?
Yeah.
Which is fine, you know?
Yeah.
We can try something different every now and then,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
And that's a lot of where that comes from me shooting, like trying something different, and that looks, because I get tired of shooting the same shit.
uh-huh.
So I'm like, let me put a fucking 18 millimeter on here and get really low and see what that looks like.
See what
it's
Oh
like,
shit,
yeah.
that looks cool. Let's
Yeah,
different
every
perspective
once in a
and
while
stuff.
you want to
Yeah.
switch it up because
Do
it gets old.
you think, well, maybe it's just how I might think of it, but obviously I've known you for a long time as far as like you being an artist with like painting and stuff. Do you feel like you having that background kind of falls into photography and
I
video?
do. Yeah, I really do. And I notice it when I'm teaching Fidel things.
Mhm.
And I'll notice it a lot there because we work so closely together. But I think having an artistic background is super helpful to being a photographer.
Mhm.
Not only that, I think it's really important to being a cook. I think it's important to being a builder. Like when you have an artistic background, you're breaking shit down on levels already.
Yeah.
You're looking at things from different perspectives. You're like,
Mhm.
well, what if we fucking try this? Like, what is this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it is helpful. I think it's really helpful when I'm like editing shit and thinking about different ways to. I do a lot of Photoshop stuff.
Mhm.
So like coming up with cool flyers or neat like lately we've been doing a lot of graphic posts like with text and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some.
So like
Those are cool.
sick. I get to be artistic. Like I draw in a lot of photos. That's
Yeah.
one thing I like to. I want to do a lot more of that. That was like the initial plan when I became a photographer too. I was like, I'm gonna draw in all my photos.
Really?
Yeah, and I've been doing that a little bit, but not as much as I want to do. But I do think it's really helpful to have an artistic background because you just see things on a different level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool.
I had a conversation with Megan and Maurice from Pitch Black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember a couple years back. I think I
Good
went and
people.
got one of your great people. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Amazing people.
Those
Love them.
shit.
And I went to their old shop over by Reno High.
Yeah.
I think I got that little SpongeBob being eaten by the shark print from there
Yeah.
because you still had some prints up for
Yeah.
sale.
Do you have that print still?
Yeah, I do.
No. Fuck
Yeah, it's in my room, dude.
Sick.
I have like all the stuff I got from you from years ago. Yeah.
The painting's cool.
Yeah, and then
Wait, you don't have any more? You don't do any more of
No,
those?
you know what makes me so mad about that painting? I fucking loved that painting. I was like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna fucking sell hell of these prints.
Yeah.
This is the best. Nobody liked it.
Oh,
And
damn.
I was like,
I loved it,
fuck
dude.
me.
It was
I was
so
gonna
dope.
I was
It
gonna
was
say,
just
I'm
like
looking for some, if you still
no, it was a
selling
super cartoony shark, and you had like SpongeBob's body parts like sticking out of his mouth because he
Yeah.
was eating him.
Uh-huh.
And it was just cool, and I feel like I was always attracted to your stuff because I'm super into like the nerdy, like old
Yeah.
school stuff too. So when you're doing art shows of like Back to the Future and like all this stuff,
Mhm.
I'm like, this guy's tight, bro. Like he does some cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Thanks, bro.
And I got that print from them, and I think this was like you said around the time that you were kind of getting into photo, and I think they brought it up. Like they were like, "Oh, did you know that he's kind of like dwelling into the photo video thing?" I'm like, honestly, he's gonna do well because I feel like this dude does whatever and he does it well. And they were like, "Yeah, Mike's the kind of person where like he picks up something and he just does it." I'm like, that sounds about right. Like you're like, if he can go, he'll go get a spray can right now and be like, "Oh, I'll do spray can art," or "Oh, he'll go get a pencil," and he's like, "I'll do some pencil art," or like stuff like that, you know?
That's dope.
Yeah.
And I definitely thought about that a lot, seeing like your progression with like the photo and video stuff of like, I don't know, man. I just feel like you're naturally artistic. You know what I
And
mean?
not only that, I feel like you're also very technical.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
know,
Yeah,
you have
thanks,
like
bro.
the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I think that comes with being an artist. I mean, I'd spend fucking so much time on a painting, and
Yeah.
like it wasn't done till it was done.
Yeah.
And that taught me patience and like
Mhm.
work on it until it's good. You start a painting, it'll look like shit 75% through, and then the 80-90%, okay, that's coming together. So that taught me a lot of like sticking with something and give it time. work on something. Like, I could work on a photo for a long time until I actually like it.
Yeah.
I could hate it when I shoot it, and then it's not till fucking 5 edits later I'm like,
yeah. Like, this is cool.
I like it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because I hated it earlier.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people that are super creative, but they lack the technical aspect of things.
Mhm.
But, you know.
And
it still
I
works
think
out.
it's good to have both, you know? Like, if you're technical and you're creative, then you should be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially with the work you do with, you know, a lot of it being, like, lighting and everything like that, like, that's technical stuff. Like, you don't figure that out overnight. And I'm sure, like, in your artistic background, like, lighting plays a huge part because you're like, oh, well, I'm sure the light bounces here and it lights
Yeah.
this, and then I can go into Photoshop and do this and do that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Which I've always loved that. I see a little bit of your background in your new stuff, even though it's like new things and, you know, you're not doing a ton of the painting or anything anymore. But like, it kind of transferred over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think they're very different mediums in the sense of like, you can't compare a painting to a photo.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like when you do like a cartoony raccoon
Yeah.
to like a freaking commercial shoot, but then it's like, it still has like the little mic touch to it.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. That's cool too. I'm glad to hear you say that.
And I feel like I can also recognize your work, even if I didn't know
Yeah.
you shot it. You
Yeah,
know?
when I
Oh,
see
neat.
someone post your stuff or repost anything, I'm like, that's definitely Mike. You know,
Yeah.
which is cool. It's always nice to
That's kind of what you
to
want.
be really
no?
consistent like that, to where
Cool.
people recognize your stuff like right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know.
What are some of the things that you have planned for this year?
This year, it's fucking so crazy. I don't know. We're learning how to run a business. That's like a monster.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, planning, scheduling things, like making it work like a machine is what our goal is.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard with two people. So we're trying to figure out what's next. How do we do we hire somebody? What do they do?
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna learn a lot of that this year. This year we want to stop. We haven't had time to shoot for anybody who we've reached out to. Like
Oh.
we haven't reached out to fucking anybody we want. We just keep getting reached out to,
Oh, okay.
which is cool. It's fine. Pays
Yeah.
the bills, keeps the lights on.
Yeah.
But we haven't reached out to anybody yet who we want to do work with. So we want to start doing that this year. Like I've got some businesses in mind, some brands that I like that I want to reach out to and start doing work for them.
Oh, okay.
So that's the goal this year. I want to do some bigger commercial photography shoots. I want to reach out to some big brands. That's a big goal this year. I'm gonna be painting a lot of murals this year. That's
Yeah, I
another
was gonna
goal.
ask if you were gonna do, because I know last year you still did a few, right?
Yeah, I did. I painted the Bloom dispensary. That they're
Is
called
that with
Jade
all
now.
the nice clean line work and the coloring?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks sick. Yeah,
Thanks,
I drive
bro.
by there all the time. I'm like, that's the boy.
Which one is
Yeah,
it?
The-
Jade. It's all Bloom. It's the big. It's in Midtown. It's all black and there's like gold stripes or gold lines with green.
Yeah, it's
texture.
one of the dispensaries like right when you're getting into Midtown. If not, have
I'll
you
have to
seen
check it
the
out.
pink flamingo painting over by downtown?
Oh, it's gone.
They took it
demolished-
off?
They demolished the building
What?
like
Oh.
5 months ago.
No way.
Yeah, some dude took a picture of it torn down, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna miss it." And I was like, "They tore the fucking building down?
What
I
the
didn't even know
hell?
that."
Oh,
That's
dude.
fucked up, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't driven exactly through there in a while, but
gone.
I remember seeing it
Yeah,
anytime I was down there.
gone.
Oh, that sucks,
Yeah.
dude.
I always wondered, I'm like, who paints this freaking murals?
Well,
dude?
have you ever
Like, these
seen
are
all the little
sick.
raccoons? That's
Those
him.
raccoons.
Like on the
Oh,
little like
okay.
electric
Yeah.
boxes and stuff.
Yeah,
there's
keep
a
that.
bunch around.
So
By the
that-
Belief sign,
Yeah,
you still have those, right?
Yeah,
With
I
the
do.
raccoons. Yeah.
those are still down there. I want to paint over that really bad. But that dispensary mural was fantastic, and the people there were so great. They reached out to me through a mess. I didn't think it was gonna happen, and I'm like, okay. They literally were like, hey, we need a mural. We want it to look cool and not scream weed. I was
Okay.
like, okay. Fuck, I paint raccoons. So,
Yeah.
fuck.
You want some raccoons?
You're like,
So I was
I
like-
do cartoony characters, but
I
I.
was like, I don't want to miss out on like a cool opportunity to make a lot of money.
Mhm.
So I came up with a design that I was like, I would fucking paint this on my business. Like, this looks cool. And they loved it. And then I painted that all summer. And then that led to going down to Vegas and painting their other store.
Oh, so they have one down there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, wow,
Yeah, so I
dude.
was down in Vegas for a week and painted that straight.
Man, this guy's everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Mike's all city, bro.
Jesus Christ,
he's
like,
he's all nation. if
Honestly,
anything.
like I wasn't expecting this, you know, because he's worked for American Airlines. He's done all these things.
He's done all
I'm
this
like,
bougie
dude,
stuff.
we're starting to get like big people in here,
Yeah,
man.
man. Hey, when
The
you make it,
podcast is
take us out the
growing.
hood, bro.
I know, for real.
When you get picked up by like North Face and Patagonia or
Don't
something.
forget about us, man. Episode 11 is for Creators by Creators.
Yeah. Be like, you're our 11th host.
Yeah.
Even though we wanted you earlier, but we still brought you in.
Now I'm kind of mad that we didn't bring him earlier.
We should have made him number one. Sorry, Chef. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
The chef's still good, bro.
nah,
Still
you guys,
good.
you guys all matter.
And then so that was great, and I love painting murals. So I just recently got a mural gig that I'm gonna start probably this weekend for Keller Williams. I'm gonna do some interior wall stuff there, and then so I want to use that to pitch more murals because like I didn't even fucking sign that building, the Jade building. I'm the worst mural artist. Like,
Really?
I haven't signed a lot of my murals,
Oh.
and that being like not even my style of art. I have the stencil made. I just need to go paint it.
Yeah.
But I need to sign that. I need to promote that. I didn't really like promote it well. I did it to like I posted. Like,
I only really saw it because of your stories. To be honest, that's how I knew it was yours. Because like you're right, I haven't seen anything on the building that says like.
On my main page, there's like a post that you can't even tell I painted. I just took a picture in front of it.
Mm.
So I need to So I need to promote that I paint murals better. And hopefully get some more this year. But I'm gonna hunt for more this year.
Is that something you do more for fun, or is it like a lot of money in that?
Yeah, I turned down a lot of murals. Like people hit me up and I'll be like, I don't want to fucking paint that. So sorry, no.
Is it more of like you only take it if it's something you want to do?
If I want to do it and if it pays well enough.
Okay.
Because people understand like murals are expensive, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like,
dude, it's a lot of paint and work.
Expensive.
Yeah.
And
Work,
like
a lot of
materials
talent.
alone. I think I spent my materials on the dispensary were like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000.
No way.
Jesus.
Just on material?
Materials and the lift. Like
Holy
crap, like that's
dude.
me not even making $1.
Dude,
That's just
I feel-
buying what
yeah.
I need.
Damn.
So-
I feel like people don't appreciate that, you know?
Yeah, no, murals, I mean, you know, my whole background back in the day was like super into graffiti and like street art and stuff. So when I see murals, I'm like, that's tight. And I know that people put work
Yeah, bro.
into that stuff. You know, like it takes a while. I remember when you were doing that T-Rex downtown, for that little, where they have all those murals by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember I went to hang out with you for a bit while you were painting and
Yep.
stuff? And you were like, dude, I'm going to be here like all night, bro, because I have to do this in 24 hours. I was like, are you insane?
Yeah.
This man painted a whole mural starting at like, what, 8 p.m. or 8:30? And you were going to...
I started at like 6 in the morning. It's a 24-hour mural marathon. So...
And you were going to finish till like in the morning, like 2, 3 a.m. or something,
I painted
right?
till 3 a.m.
Jesus.
And then I slept for 2 hours and then painted till... Because it's from... Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's from 12...
Uh-huh.
No, it's from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So when the night hit, I think I painted till 3, slept for 2 hours. They gave us a room though, a hotel. But I don't even think I showered. I think I was so tired of painting. I went in the hotel, fucking slept, woke up in the hotel bed, and there's like fucking paint all over the hotel bed. I'm like, this
God.
And then, like, went back down.
You're like, they'll take care of that.
Went back down. It's still dark out, and I'm painting. I did that twice. Did I do that twice or 3 times? Twice. Did that twice.
Yeah, because I remember meeting up with you. It was maybe like 10:30 p.m. or something, and you still had like a good amount to go. You know, I feel like you had basically the whole layout of the T-Rex and like everything else, but you just need to do all the outlining and everything. And I was like, dude, how long you been here? You're like, bro, I've been here since like 10 in the morning. I'm like, are you crazy?
That's crazy,
And he's like,
man.
he told me, he's
Dude,
like, dude, I'm gonna have to come back at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Dude,
to
doing
finish
those taught me how to paint murals fast.
Yeah, I bet.
Cause like I'm like, okay, I got 24 hours. I got a lot to do. So
Why
I paint
24 hours,
fucking
though?
fast.
It was
It's-
just like part of the
the
theme.
contest.
Oh,
the
it was a
circus
contest, it
circus.
was a
The
contest.
murals on the side of the circus. That's their 24-hour mural marathon. So they invite artists, and then you get 24 hours to paint it, and you win. So they all got to paint 24 hours.
Oh, I see what
and then
you're saying.
the winner by judging gets a prize of like
Uh-huh.
I think it's like $3,000 or something.
Yeah, like you make a cash prize, right?
Yeah, you make a good amount. But they're fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I feel like as an artist, you're like, I gotta push myself because I only
Yeah,
got
you
a
gotta
day,
push yourself.
and you
But
just gotta like crank it out.
do a couple of those, and it's gonna teach you how to paint fast.
Oh,
and
I'm
so
sure.
that taught me how to paint murals really fast. Thank
Yeah.
God. So I like taking murals.
How long did the dispensary one take you, like total?
That was a total of a week inside because I painted the entire interior.
Oh, damn, the inside too?
Yeah, if you go inside, it's
Oh,
the
wow.
whole thing's painted. a week inside and then a week outside.
Oh wow.
Which that was me working like, I'd go for like 4 hours in the day when it wasn't so hot. Not painting at night. That was just like in the daytime, like a little lighter.
Like 2:30, 3:30 and on, like around sunset-ish and stuff.
And then Vegas, we painted that motherfucker in 3 days, the whole interior, and the interior is way bigger.
Oh man.
3 days we painted that, and that was like, and Fidel, he like assists me on a lot of projects besides photo and video.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if he went with you for all those
he'll
art
help me
stuff
paint.
too.
Which
that's
is
cool.
Great help, and he learned how to paint fast too.
So he just got the hang of like painting now.
So
that's tight.
Yeah, so hopefully more murals this year. Big shout out to all the other mural artists out there. I love, like, anytime I see one of my homies painting a mural, I'll reach out and be like, "Yo, when are you gonna be there? I'm gonna come take pictures of you and get you, or make you a video."
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I'll go because they don't get.
Like, is there a lot of people that do murals?
Yeah,
in Reno?
there are. Yeah, and
one of the bigger ones is what's his face?
Eric Burke, Josie Rock.
What's his name on the when he signs it? He's done a ton here in Reno, dude. Like a ton of murals here in Reno.
Like OU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric
him.
Burke.
Yeah, he does like a shit ton.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, does anyone like go and take photos of his stuff? Because like I want to like reach out to him at one point, like, dude, I want to take pictures of you just for fun.
Yeah, do it.
Like just because I love that whole
do it, dude.
like painting and
take
stuff.
Take pictures of fucking mural artists, because
we can bring somebody here, you know, and talk to them.
Why don't we have someone do a mural on the wall?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's our man.
Yeah, you're gonna live here with a quote. You're gonna give me a quote.
Yeah. Even when I'm painting murals, like, I don't have time to take pictures of myself, and I'm a photographer, and I'm not even like capturing this well. So I try to make sure that if my homies are painting, like, I'm gonna stop by, take some cool pics that you can help promote your shit or make you a video, because they just don't have anybody to do that.
Yeah,
and I know what
it's
that's like.
It's just hard for them to try to get that while they're working on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's only so much you can get, like progress pics, but it's not the same, like you said, like high end like camera or like a video.
And they're fucking out there putting up something pretty for the city. So like, if you got a camera nearby, take a picture. And send
every time I see a new one, I'm like, man, like, I don't even understand.
I love
it's cool to take pictures of. It's fun taking pictures.
No, I love how big like that whole scene here has gotten too, where there's so much like art everywhere. I think that's like one of my favorite things about Reno progressing right now.
Dude, it's cool. I watched it grow from when I started painting, and all the same guys are painting now. They were all painting, and it was hard to get a show, to sell art, get a mural gig, and then we started getting more, and then thank God to Josie Rock and Eric Burke, because they didn't stop. Joe's like, fucking, hey, can I paint your wall?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, can I paint your wall?
Yeah.
Cool. And then no.
Because I'm assuming that's like his full thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He currently works at Lasting Dose. He's apprenticing to be a tattoo artist.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Which is gonna be sick.
That's tight. Yeah, he's a very creative dude. So
he can draw
that'll be
anything.
really cool.
Have you ever thought about maybe tattooing or?
I was like way into it when I was in high school.
Oh, you know how to do it?
I was like into doing that as my job. I was like, I want to be a tattoo artist. And then I just wasn't into it. Like,
I think I had that thought a long time ago too.
I thought, draw, right?
I mean, I used to draw and paint and do like graffiti and stuff, and that always plays into like, what if I tattooed? But then I just don't think I ever really put the time into doing it, and like I didn't even have any tattoos or anything, so I didn't even know the whole process behind it. And I'm like, well,
you still don't, right?
No, I don't have any right now.
No.
I will get some. I'm
do you
not
have
gonna
any?
say I want some.
Yeah.
Who
do you go with? Like, how do you?
And I have so many tattoo artist friends.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Don't you have like a full leg sleeve?
Yeah, I got my fucking Zelda socks on.
Hey, those are clean.
I got a Dragon Ball Z sleeve. This is Tony Medellin. He's at Lasting Dose.
Yeah,
and
that's sick.
I got a Virgin Mary.
Oh, hell yeah.
T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
That's dope.
And that's Mike.
I love how nerdy this dude is.
Dude, I wouldn't expect anything.
That's what I always loved about Mike.
Park tattoo.
Yeah,
I was like, I know what I want. I'm obsessed with the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want a T-Rex tattoo.
Yeah.
I would have been very disappointed if I see a shitty tattoo on this man, you know?
Oh, I would be disappointed too.
That's why I'm like, who did you go with? Because, you know, that shit must
it's
be
like
good.
if he tattoos Mike, he does a good job.
Yeah.
When you're an artist, bro, you appreciate good tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's like, you better be doing something good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I hate getting tattooed too. I don't think I'm going to get any more. It fucking hurts.
Are those the only ones you got? You got more like upper body and stuff?
That's it. Just my legs.
Oh, just your legs?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I feel like if I ever got some, it would be my legs too.
Oh, like a calf sleeve, like A leg sleeve wouldn't be bad because, you know, it's
'Cause
like
we
it's pretty
clean.
well hidden, but then during the summertime
Yeah.
you can show it off and
Yep,
stuff.
I love it. That's why I like it. Still keep it professional. I mean, we're right at that point where tattoos are almost like completely fucking
Yeah,
normal.
like
Oh, yeah.
nobody really
but
cares anymore.
yeah, but I know that there's still those the people with stereotype,
Oh yeah.
and it's unfortunate because I want fucking full sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing holding me back from that is honestly that I hate getting tattooed.
Like,
I
just the
am
feeling
the
and stuff?
biggest bitch when it comes to getting tattooed.
Yeah.
I fucking hate.
Yeah.
I'm like pounding tequila and like I was like, dude, I hate it.
Does it?
That's just me.
I've heard that when you drink, it makes you bleed more. Is that true? Like
It
if you
thins your
drink
blood. It thins your
it
blood,
thins your
but
blood out?
it's, I mean, I've done it enough to where they didn't complain.
Like
They're also my really close friends.
Yeah, so they probably don't really
Yeah,
care. That
like-
much.
They also don't let anybody else drink when they get tattooed.
Oh, that
so
makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
I don't really know what the answer is.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Because I've always
They just know
people have
they-
been like, yeah, it hurts, dude, but like,
I'm sure deep down
Drink
they know
something.
you're not gonna die. and
They
then-
all
Yeah.
know like I'm the biggest bitch, and they're
so
like,
they're like,
they
we'll
talk mad
help
shit.
you out, get
do
some-
whatever you need
They
to
talk
do.
mad shit too. Like you're a bitch. Like, I'm like I don't give a fuck.
That's so funny.
So like
Yeah, I'm
keep
curious.
going.
Hey, at least you got your sleeves finished though.
yeah,
You know, so-
yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get any more for a while though.
Are you I know. So you said you want to do more murals this year. Are you thinking of going back to like making any prints or anything of anything?
dude? Yeah, I want to.
I'm asking for my sake because I love your stuff, bro, and I want
I was
more.
gonna
but you
say,
just
yeah.
haven't put
Yeah,
anything
so
up
I
in so
wanna
long,
buy-
you know.
I
I've
wanna
really
buy something.
transitioned into digital paintings. But I know that they just don't hold the value like a painting does and a print does,
Mhm.
and I just don't think it's cool. I don't think a digital painting is cool enough to really sell, hang, and be like, yeah, it's cool, it looks cool. But like when you paint it and then make a print, like it's so much more fucking special in my opinion.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
There's so
because
much more
when
behind
you
it.
when you make a print out of the photo you took of the original painting, like
yeah,
it has more value. But then at the same time, like I've noticed that the digital painting is kind of the thing now.
yeah, it's so easy.
yeah,
it's like
'cause it's
convenient.
just-
You got all the colors. There's no mess. Like I draw
yeah,
on
you
my
just do
iPad.
blend everything in your iPad, like you're
Yeah.
fine, you know.
Yeah.
Just
But
array
and I
and
think
stuff.
people still make like really dope ass.
Oh my
prints for
god,
that,
yeah,
you
there
know?
still are. There still are for sure. But
Yeah.
but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna paint it and then make a print that way.
Like that's just more like your personal taste
Yeah.
of like I have to paint it physically.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
just because like I know, I follow so many artists that are still doing it that way, and that's like to paint it,
I mean, it's
to
kind of your
shoot
roots,
it, and it's
you know?
like that just means so much more.
Yeah.
But I started painting again, so that's really cool. So I'm gonna try to continue to paint. I like set up my paint area again, and try to come up with some cool paintings because I
Dude,
enjoy it.
You know what we should start doing is all the people that we've had come in, like if they can give us some sort of print of anything, we should start putting them up.
Oh, dude, that's a great idea.
That'd be really cool. Like I know we have their photos now,
Yeah.
but like start putting people's stuff up here.
Yeah.
Like
Fill
even if
that
it's
wall.
just like a small little 8x10 or
Yeah.
something, that'd be dope. So we're gonna keep an eye out for your stuff.
Yeah.
So we can hang some of them
Yeah,
up
that'd be
here.
a good
Yes.
idea.
I might just bring one of the ones I bought from him a while back and be like, look, this is
I
what
wanna
Mike was
see
doing
it.
years ago, guys.
I'm curious.
Before he was taking pictures, he was painting.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to lose it though. Like I catch myself when I'm sitting there watching Netflix. I'm like, what should I do? I need to fucking draw. So I'll grab my
Yeah.
iPad and I'll
Mhm.
draw.
Start
And I
drawing.
still make money drawing too. Like I still do.
Do you still do like the little Bob Burgers things? 'Cause I know you were doing those for days.
Dude, I
like,
made so much money doing those.
yeah.
I in one summer, I made $7,000 painting Bob's Burgers.
Just Bob's Burgers?
characters. And I was doing a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
they were
like,
only
all
like
the time.
they were only like between $150 and $300 is what I would charge,
Mhm.
depending on how many people they had.
Yeah.
And I did so many of these Bob's Burgers characters. Like it was great. And when I was making them, I was like, oh fuck yeah! Like this is.
That was
bang out
the
two more
that,
this weekend.
that year when you were doing that is when I went to your house for you to help me with that Photoshop thing.
That's what I was doing.
And you were
those.
sitting on like 15 of those that you still had to do. Because I remember I asked you, I was like, oh, dude, like, how's the Bob's
You saw
Burgers
the
thing
list.
doing? And you were like, bro, check this out. And he like pulls up his iPad and he's like, I haven't touched any of these 15. He's like, and I've already done like another 15 and there's more people coming in. He's like, I got so many.
That's-
I'm
And oh
like,
my God,
hey,
that's
that's
good,
dope
though.
though,
And like
dude.
nobody lived here. Like a very few amount of those were for people from Reno.
outside of
Have to
here.
ship 'em
Yeah,
out.
I don't know what. I still have not figured out how it happened, but somebody I did one for saw it in a different state, and then so when I would do it for that person, they would post it, and then their followers
Would see it.
would not even come from the same fucking state. They would see it from over here, this state, and they hit me up, and I'm like, because I have to mail them the print, and
Yeah.
I'm mailing them everywhere across the United States, and I'm like, how am I connected to these people? This is
Yeah.
insane. And they got to be crazy. I did a lot, and I was like, I'm burnt the fuck out.
Yeah, just like at
So
this point,
people
I
kept
can't.
hitting me up, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't
Like,
do
I'm
them
s-
anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe. So like I'd let like 5 months pass, and I'd be like, somebody hit me up, and I'd be like, nah, fuck, it's been some time. Yeah, I'll do one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a few more. And I'd let a year pass, and then I thought they were gone. I just did one before Christmas for
Really?
somebody. Somebody hit me up and was like, hey, you still doing those? And I'm like, damn, I haven't done one in a long time. Fuck it, I'll take it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
That's
It was a
dope.
Christmas
Dude, it's
present.
good. It's good to see you making money off of art. You know.
Yeah, that's
Because I feel
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah.
miss out on that. Like a lot of people don't get paid what they should get paid. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And it's
I always
Those were insane.
I always really liked
That's
that
wild.
about. Well, when I met you and stuff, that you were pretty like established as an artist. Because I mean, I painted and everything, but not to that level. You know what I mean? It was just kind of more for fun and never to really like make money or anything like that. I just don't think I had it that much. You know,
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh, I'm a full on artist. You know,
Yeah.
like, but I remember seeing like when you were like, oh, I'm doing this show and then I'm doing this mural and then like I saw the little raccoons popping up around town. I'm like, that's tight, man. Like it's dope to see art like that be successful because it's a really hard market and I don't think people
Yeah.
understand how hard it is.
Yeah. And that's why I left it. That's why it's so hard to sell a painting.
Yeah.
I would paint something I loved and nobody fucking liked it. I'd paint something I hate and everybody loved it.
And then
And I'm like, fuck am I
you don't
painting
want to do
for?
something
Yeah.
you hate every
Yeah.
time. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, even like in the photography world, like selling prints is not easy, dude.
It's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Like I used to think that was like a pretty open market, but it's really not. It's like super hard
Yeah.
to go and just sell a shit ton of prints.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never done it. I've
Really?
never done it. I have like I think I have like 4 photos right now where I've been thinking about posting them saying, "Hey, I'm going to sell these prints." But I don't think it's going to be easy. Like I think really, few people will go, "I want to hang that."
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just cuz I don't know. Like I've never bought a photo print. I buy art, like
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah, that's
and
kind of what I get
illustrations.
more too. Yeah.
Like all my entire house is just filled with drawings and paintings that I've bought.
Mm-hmm.
But I've thought about selling prints, and people do, but I know that it's hard.
Yeah, it's
All,
definitely a really
all
hard
the friends and
market.
photographers that I have here, it's tricky, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's tricky.
There's one dude, I don't know him personally, but like I follow him on Twitter and he does like these crazy, like super dark, like supernatural kind of vibe photos where he uses all these weird lighting and like
Oh,
his things. I think his at's like Briscoe Park,
I don't know.
and he's just always like everyone on Twitter because everyone retweets his stuff. Like he started out like I mean I've talked to him in like DMs and stuff. Some dude out from like Colorado, I think.
Oh,
And he basically got in a van for a year and just traveled around the U.S. just taking all these photos. You ever play
Whoa.
Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was out there in Louisiana at one point, and I kid you not, all his photos there remind you of like Red Dead
Whoa.
Redemption 2 from like the swamp
Whoa.
levels.
Oh, cool.
Like 100%, because he does them
Whoa.
at like night.
that's
It
dope.
makes them super creepy. I'm gonna send you like his IG
yeah,
so you can
that
see.
sounds dope.
But he was literally living off his van from selling prints.
That's
Like,
whoa.
Which is nuts because I told him like, dude, how are you gonna be out for like a year on a van? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's like, people are just buying my stuff, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
why I'm always on Twitter, like getting it out. He's like, and then when people retweet it, obviously he gets like 23, 25K retweets on a set of 4 pictures, and people go on his site and then just hop in on the prints, you know. And he just told me, he's like, I never thought I'd be selling prints for a living.
Whoa.
You know, and he made like books which sold out a lot,
Whoa.
and that's just how he's doing it now. He doesn't really do paid shoots. He just sells prints.
That's awesome.
I'm like, that's amazing.
There's a guy I follow. I forget his name. He takes pictures of waves in Hawaii, and he uses.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he'll be like half under, and you'll see like a manta ray.
Yeah.
And but the water breaks because he uses those big bulb fucking covers,
Mm-hmm.
and that he sells a shit ton of prints. I think it's a lot of the shit that people aren't used to seeing.
Yeah.
Will sell really well.
Yeah.
And that maybe if we want to get into that market, like we gotta think, okay, like what aren't people used to seeing that is cool as fuck, and they want to hang. A person in Reno right now who's taken some. It made me think of him. He's selling prints and taking some sick ass photos. Is Rich Moore?
Rich Moore.
Yeah, his Instagram's Rich Mo. He
It
takes.
sounds familiar.
He's a cool dude, and he was somebody too who like kind of just got into this astrophotography, but got into it and mastered it fast. And he'll fucking post a photo, and I'm like, dude, how the fuck did you take
do that?
Like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
And he's doing some more time lapse stuff. But like really cool nightscape astrophotography, but lighting the like the rocks and stuff, like really cool stuff. And I think, and he sells prints, but I think that's that's a print of something somebody hasn't really seen before, and that's the shit that people want.
And something that you're like, how the hell they do that? Because it's so much work behind getting.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Like
I don't want to fucking
crazy.
sit in the
I
desert.
don't know much
that,
about like astrophotography.
I don't want
and
to sit in the
stuff,
desert at night and take a picture.
Yeah, that's
some people are cool with it. I'm not gonna do
and
it.
you also have to go out there, and then you have to take it. It's just
that's why like I give that other
It's a
dude props
process.
because like this
Not
man was
anybody
out
can
in
make it.
swamps in the middle of the
Dude.
night,
Yeah.
like by creepy churches. I'm like, you're tripping, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I don't like.
oh my
creepy
God.
shit. I don't like creepy
but his
shit.
stuff looks amazing, So it's like obviously you put the work in it and you'll get something really dope. So
It's a hard field though. Selling prints is tricky.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
I mean,
think
just with
different.
everything, even photography and videography,
But when
you
you
have
make
to
prints,
bring
we'll buy some.
something. Yeah,
I'll buy
No,
some.
let us
We'll
know.
buy some.
Let us know for sure, man.
No, yeah, dude. I definitely miss like all your like digital stuff that you used to print out or like just prints that you used to make of like all the cartoon.
I'm trying to start with making a lot more stickers. I kind of started.
That's a good market, let me tell you.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
stickers are
Yeah,
dope.
because I went the route of stickers and holy crap, do
Yep.
people like stickers?
People
like,
love stickers.
People love
Holy
stickers.
shit.
I should have fucking brought you guys some stickers. I fucked
Oh,
up.
you have some?
I got some
Oh,
sick
damn,
ass
you
stickers,
fucked up,
bro.
bro.
I
Fake.
fucked up.
Yeah, see?
How about
Damn.
when
Comes
you make the
unprepared.
prints, you exchange the stickers and we'll get the prints. You know what I mean?
I gotta
It's
get
never
you-
too late to get them.
It's a good idea to have, photos from everybody on the wall. and
I might
stuff.
just hit up everyone we've had in here so
Or
far.
just
and be
tell
like,
them to
"Yo,
send us
give me
the
like
pic-
an 8x10.
That's a cool idea.
No, just tell them to send us the picture, and then guys, send
Send us the photo.
send us the photo. We'll print it. and
Yeah,
we'll
you don't
put
have
it
to
up
print it or anything. Like we'll just print it out and frame it and
Yeah,
everything.
we'll ask
Because it
them.
would be
That'd be
cool to
cool.
start filling it
That's
out.
a good idea.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a
just
good
the whole
idea.
walls from people you've had.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
people
that's
who've
a cool
had in
idea.
there.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. All right, Mr. Lucido, where can they find you on Instagram? What's your main source of
Yeah,
like
plug
business?
yourself.
Oh, on Instagram is that Lucido kid. My business. That's where if you want to find me doing some stupid shit and being myself, it's that Lucido kid on Instagram.
I like that one video that you're like, oh, the city asked us to make this video. This is not it. Yeah, and then it was just like,
Yeah, I remember that.
And then you have a little nephew, right? And then he was like dancing or something
Yeah.
like
Is
that.
that
That was
Josh's
so
boy?
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
That's one thing I'm gonna keep doing is, we found this way to, for client videos that we make, I'm not gonna share that. I'm gonna share like my own edits of it, of where like the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because that's where the funny.
Like
shit
not
Yeah.
the actual like fully finished product, but
yeah,
more
just
like
because
this is how it
we'll
went.
be setting up and I'll be like, oh, these guys are fucking stupid. Like me, and my friends, and like normally it's Fidel or Fidel's calling me stupid, and so I'll hit record, and then I'll just capture so much gold of like us setting up, shit falling over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, oh my god, that's so funny. All right, so that Lucido kid on Instagram.
Sorry, that Lucido kid on Instagram, and then our business is at 88 Studios,
88
EIGHTY 8 Studios. We have a website, 88studios.com, and then I'm on Facebook, Mike Lucido. And there's not a lot of cool stuff happening on Facebook. Sometimes I just go there to, I should share something with my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more for
That's kinda
personal
what I
stuff.
use
You,
it
don't- you
for.
never go on Facebook, do you?
I use it to message my family in Mexico. And that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, bro. Like,
Your
To be
tia?
honest,
My
my
mom-
tias that don't have Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
my
but they have
mom,
Facebook.
my mom has Facebook, so if I do something cool, I'll be like, oh, like I'm almost
Hey,
I want
you're-
to see this.
You ever post something random and then your tia's like, hola, mijo, ¿cómo estás? And then it's just like some random
Oh
stuff.
yeah, dude. I haven't updated.
Like in the
my-
comments?
Like
Yeah,
I haven't made
Bien,
like
tías, estoy muy bien.
like I haven't made like a status or anything on Facebook in super long. The last time I had any sort of Facebook interaction is with that damn Kim Buffet tweet went viral and someone on Facebook shared it and it got like 1,000 plus
What
Oh,
shares.
yeah. Did you see that?
Did you see
No.
those memes going around? Do you have Twitter?
No.
Oh, okay. So on Twitter there was these memes about like, oh, don't worry about the COVID vaccine if you've been here or you've done this. You know what I mean? And one of the ones I made was like, if you ever ate here, don't worry about the COVID
But
vaccine.
you know which
King
one he's
Buffet?
talking
And it
about.
was a picture of King Buffet, dude, and it got so much traction on Twitter, and then people started mentioning me on Twitter, and they're like, "Yo, your post is on Facebook." So I go on Facebook, and it was just some random guy who like I think screenshotted
Took a
it from my
screenshot.
Twitter and just posted it, and like 1,000+ something shares
That
and
was
like all these
so
comments,
fucking
and
hilarious.
all those people went and found me on like Instagram and started
That's
following
dope.
me and Twitter, and I was like, what the hell?
That's funny.
It was just
That's
I
funny
woke up
shit.
literally that morning, and I was seeing all those memes, and I'm like it just came to me. Like I thought about King Buffet. I'm like, this would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is kind of funny. So I
That's
tweeted it out,
funny,
and
bro.
I never knew that Facebook was gonna pick it up, and
Seriously,
it went
what-
all viral, and
What
people were
is
like,
King Buffet?
people were
Bro,
like,
I drove
dude.
through there the
I
other
haven't
day.
been there in like 10, 15 years, but it was trash the last time I went. Like, I'll never go back. I got food poisoning. I'm like, Jesus
You were
Christ.
lucky. You were lucky to make it out of King Buffet alive.
Bro, I drove through
Yeah.
there the other day. It was packed.
It's always packed.
Always.
I'm
I
like,
live super
I've
close
never
to
even
there,
walked
and, like,
in there.
I live super close to there, and anytime I drive by, there's like so many people walking in. I'm
it's
like,
a trip.
there's, it's funny. After that tweet, I was like, maybe one of these days I should go back, and just for the sake of the meme, see how it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, what if their food's gotten better?
Yeah.
What if I walk in there, I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this is fire.
Let
Yeah.
them redeem
And then I have
themselves,
to go
dude.
back, delete that tweet, and be like, I take it back. I'm like, this
Yeah,
place is
they
actually
probably
good.
hate you. You know?
I
The
was
owner's
always wondering. I'm
"Fuck
like,
this
I wonder if
Nando's
like
kid."
the owners were like, who the
But
fuck
that
is this
joke,
kid?
that
Like,
joke you made resonates with so many people who know, like.
yeah,
like,
people
Yeah.
know.
is,
Like, if you're a local
it's
here,
questionable food, man.
yeah, like if you're a local here and you've been there, you know, you know. Like,
questionable
Funny, man.
food.
yeah, at its finest. But
All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to add?
you got all your plugins.
Yeah, we got
Anything
everything,
else you
huh?
want to say, bro?
Yeah, bro. Just my Instagram and
Hit up my boy for anything. Hey, if you're a business and you're watching,
No,
murals.
seriously.
yeah, business
If
stuff.
he makes prints, go buy some prints.
Yep.
If you need any type of commercial photography or just photography in general,
If you
It's
want
our
some,
man.
if you want some,
if you want
funny
somebody who's
photos,
gonna make you crack up through an entire shoot, it's your man.
Just have it. Just follow
wanna
him.
see
If you want to
somebody
have a good time,
try to be
follow
professional.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to see somebody semi-professional at your wedding? This your boy.
Yeah. If you want to just mainly laugh, then hire me.
Yeah, it's like pretty much.
You'll get some good pictures, but
Yeah.
No, man, we wish you the best, and thank you for coming.
Yeah,
in.
Yes,
bro.
we
It was
really
great to have you,
appreciate it.
man. Thank you.
super
Alright.
stoked you guys are doing this. Continue to do it.
We're gonna try.
Success.
That's the
Try,
plan.
man. Yeah.
That's the plan for this.
All right, thanks, man. We appreciate
Yeah,
you
bro.
coming.
Thank you for coming in.
All right, it's a wrap, everybody. See you next
Alrighty,
week.
let's go.
Can we get over it? Should we just keep this up? Can we get over it? 'Cause haven't we had enough? Can we get over it? Or are we too deep in love? Can we get over it? No. Can we get over it? No. Just let me be honest.